Yes, sir. My trigger. Back up in this thing, man. Today, I hope y'all ready to travel down another rabbit hole, man. Today, I'm reacting to some creepy TikToks that shows a side of reality we were never meant to see. But before we hop into that, man, go ahead and spam that like button right now so we can run the numbers up on the algorithm. And you ain't even gotta think about it later. And then if you haven't already, man, go ahead and hit that sub button, man. Sub up, join the family. I promise you, this is the most lit and active community on YouTube, period, man. And to everybody who's already subbed up, we're approaching episode 50, and I can't thank you guys enough for the support throughout this entire journey. But with that being said, guys, let's hop into this episode.
It's been a devastating 48 hours for the region of Emilia-Romagna. According to local authorities, the damage here is unimaginable. And that's because 21 rivers, like the one you can see right here, broke their banks and inundated entire towns and villages. People here told us that their town was completely taken over by mud and by water. And even though it stopped raining now, they're still very scared and don't know what to do. Now, rescue operations are ongoing and they've continued through the night. The focus is to try and help children, the elderly and people who are disabled. On top of that, divers are being deployed to look for people who might be trapped underwater. But of course, those rescue operations are proving to be extremely difficult because so many of the roads here are flooded and there's entire villages without signal and without electricity.
Mamma, cosa stai facendo? Vieni, che sei il colore.
That looks very similar to the flooding and extreme weather they had in California a couple of months back. That amount of rain seems like HARP activity.
Why would Kanye West say that Michael Jordan sacrificed his own father for fame and success? Listen to what he says in this video.
Mom ain't here. My mama was sacrificed. Michael Jordan, what about him? His daddy, right?
Now, I don't know about all that, but this is what I do know. What I do know is this guy had a really bad gambling problem. We're talking hundreds of thousands on one hole of golf. $100,000 on rock, paper, scissors, gambling for 36 hours straight on craps, losing $5 million, and really heavy into sports betting. But back in the day, you had to bet through the mafia. So listen to what Michael Franzese said, one of the biggest mafia bosses at the time.
I was told two things. One, that he was told to leave the NBA around the time that his father got married because stories were about to come out, and there was a lot of heat on the fact that because of Michael's gambling habit, his father paid the price. And the NBA didn't want the press, so they asked him to leave for a while. That's when he went to play baseball. And then when things settled down, he came back. The plan was always, from what I was told, for him to come back.
So Michael Jordan didn't leave basketball to go play baseball. He left because they were going to expose the real reason why his father was murdered. It does make sense. I mean, who retires after 3 straight championships? But Kanye West said that he sacrificed his dad, and this doesn't really have anything to do with it, but I found something kind of weird. So the year he came back from baseball and his father's death, he won his 4th straight NBA championship on Father's Day on June 16th, 1996.
He was making a lot of people a lot of money back then. If this would have came out, all that money would have slowed down or stopped. So
TikTok content creators are suing the state of Montana for outlawing the hugely popular social media app. The lawsuit claims that the new law, due to take effect next year, is unconstitutional, a violation of free speech rights. Under this law, the app stores are prohibited from allowing downloads of TikTok inside Montana. TikTok's parent company is based in China, and lawmakers have targeted the app over privacy and data concerns. Montana's governor says the law is meant to protect personal data of state residents from the Chinese government.
So they banned it to protect their residents' personal data, but I guarantee they never held a vote or even asked if this was a concern. What's the real reason?
Let me educate you on something. Something you probably never suspected. Let's get this light panel out. The actual light panel. I'll be specific about that. Come on. Because there isn't just a light panel in here. This is the light panel that everybody knows about. And that people often cover up. Is what's attached to the back of this USB port transmitter, Yes, transmitter. It has the capabilities. Ugh, what a messy job this is. Now you know why I'm doing it on plastic. But that right there, my friends, is a microphone. Anyone who knows tech as well as I do, no, that's a microphone and that's your light panel.
That seems pointless unless it also has a GPS tracker, because it's not like it's assigned to you when you buy one.
Huh? Get a pepper. What?
He looked like he was having some deep existential thoughts. I would just leave him alone.
Now I know there are some people who are afraid of the digital world for no other reason than they just don't understand it. And there are just some people who love to see the money in their hand. Money showing up on their screen is not the same as money in their pocket. And so they just don't trust that. They want to see the live, raw cash. And I hear somebody say amen. Because I know, I understand the psychology. But believe me, my friends, my constituents, my family members, the world is changing rapidly. There are some countries now that you go and you go in your pocket and you take out cash to pay your bill. And they say, sorry, I'm sorry, sir, we don't take cash here. It's the reality. It's too expensive to deal with cash. So a lot of businesses are converting their systems away from cash. But we have to manage it carefully. Because in some of our rural areas, that's all the people know and understand. So we can't just do it one time. We have to engage the persons who will be affected, particularly our older citizenry.
I don't like this idea, because what happens during a power outage or a major blackout? Like, how will you exchange money for goods that you need?
Hey y'all, are they dyeing cabbage? How did it go from this to this? This low-key look like green cabbage dipped and dyed.
I would take that whole pot of sludge back up to the store and get my money back, bro. That don't even look edible.
So I kind of want to expose some chemtrail truth here. As most of you know, we're selling the plane, so we're not getting paid out anymore. This plane has been certified to use the chemtrail fluid DK5812. And so it holds 50 gallons in each tank here, and then the fuel goes in this one. And then right in the exhaust, just right up here, there's a injector that sprays the fluid when you turn on the switch. And the switch, it won't spray fluid unless the engine's running, because it's like real toxic chemicals. So it needs to make sure like you're in the air. We get paid about $10 a gallon to spray the stuff. And this has a government issued retrofit kit. And you can see down here, they installed this switch. As you can see, it says chemtrails. You just turn it on, and then you just collect money. That's how it works.
I don't know exactly what he was spraying, but with the cost of jet fuel alone, $1,000 per flight doesn't seem worth it.
I was just reading now. I beg, what is this? What is this? When I don't feel no. But if you look closer now, you will see that money. And with the suffer for Nigeria. See, they grind money, then grind money. See, all this one are money, then grind down. See, now money be this. And you know won't come. Then grind money, see money. See money, then grind money. See. All this one are money, see, then grind money, they come.
I think it's just strange that the world is moving towards cashless so fast. Looks like some new genetically engineered goat, but they gave it the longest underbite.
Photography of the 21st century.
That looked like a deflated basketball. They could have found something better than that.
I found this UFO video someone took yesterday from Roswell, New Mexico. Thoughts?
Roswell, New Mexico too, back where it all started. It looked legit. Tell me what y'all think.
There are 32 archways on each side of the courtyard, with a giant obelisk in the middle. The Pope's cassock has 32 buttons, and his head represents the 33rd. The United Nations flag shows the globe divided into 33 sections encircled by olive branches. The flag also happens to be blue, just like the first 3 blue degrees of Masonry. 33 is the highest degree of Scottish Rite Freemasonry. Walt Disney was a 33rd degree Freemason, and Disneyland has a Club 33. During World War II, 33rd degree Winston Churchill gave us the V for victory, 2-finger salute, which since the 60s became peace. Before it stood for victory or peace, it was a symbol of the 33rd degree. There are 3 joints to the knuckle on 2 fingers making 33. Then held apart like a V is about 33 degrees.
It's scary to think about how much symbolism is put in front of our faces and we think nothing of it. Like the peace sign is new to me.
Whoa. Holy crap. Is it all going in the trash? Yep. No. Dude, those cinnamon rolls look good.
I couldn't get myself to throw away that much food, bro. I would just get a new job.
There's a grapevine and everything. Come on, babe. Holy crap. Are you getting the video? Uh-huh. It's crazy.
I was listening to it the whole way up here. I mean, we are literally like in the...
Yeah.
Oh no, maybe about a window.
Oh, I'm getting this. Whoa. Oh my God.
That went 0 to 100 too quick, bro. That's why you never stand near the window.
This TikToker filmed themselves walking into a random stranger's house. So the TikToker, formerly known as Secret Mizzy, and I say formerly because their account was taken down after this video, filmed themselves walking into a random stranger's house. As they walked in, this woman, who I'm assuming is one of the homeowners, started to call out to her husband who was in the house. The husband then came from downstairs to talk to the TikToker. And then the TikToker claimed that them and their friends were looking for a study group. By the way, there was at least 1 young child in the house when this happened, so I'm sure the family was terrified. Anyways, after talking with the dad for a second, the TikToker filmed themselves further wandering these people's house, and even took a second to sit on their couch, without any permission from the homeowners, of course, before them and their friends eventually exited the house. Now, they did all of this as part of some weird trespassing challenge, where you apparently film yourselves walking into different random people's houses. Anyway, since the video was posted, it went viral, and many people are calling out the TikToker, saying that this was completely irresponsible and dangerous, and that this TikToker is lucky that nobody ended up getting hurt.
The social media clout is not worth jail, or even worse, bro. That could have ended terribly.
When we work night security 8 p.m. to 8 a.m. and we see something coming at us at midnight.
Listen. Raylan.
Shouldn't they be securing the premises and not playing on their phones, bro? They gonna get fired. That can't just be a coincidence, bro. That's a perfect demon face.
Never know what's gonna happen. This baby fell out of the sky and landed in our yard. It's never boring on the Welke farm. Thank God there's no horses out or it didn't hit the house. And it's still going and flashing.
You can see the balloon tether too, bro. I feel like if this was an actual space satellite, it'd be a lot more burnt up and wrecked than that.
Thing is huge.
Self-checkout machines are asking for tips now. So people are starting to report that different self-checkout machines are starting to ask them for a tip when they check out. This is worse than when you're asked for a tip at a self-serve yogurt place. Now, to make this a little worse, a lot of the machines are starting the tipping out at 20%. I'm gonna be honest, I would personally rather throw my money into a paper shredder than tip a self-checkout machine 20%. Now, of course, people are not happy with this change at all because the cost of groceries have been rising to the point where most people can't even afford them. And now we're expected to not only bag our own item, but also pay the store for the right to bag our own items. Now, a lot of people online have been calling this practice outrageous, saying things like if they go to a store that asks for a tip at the self-checkout, they're just gonna leave everything in their cart and walk out of the store. Some people are even suggesting the 5-finger discount on these self-checkouts, which I don't recommend, but I don't even blame people who do that at this point. I'm just gonna look the other way. And a lot of people want to start a boycott against stores that do ask for a tip. Now, I just want to know, if we tip the self-checkout, where does it even go? And would anyone actually tip a self-checkout machine?
I feel like that money goes straight to ChatGPT.
What?
Survival instincts on point.
Now, there are a lot of rumors about what's going on with Jamie Foxx, and people are also saying that it has to do with the fact that he was going to or exposed P. Diddy for his zesty behaviors. However, if we know anything about P. Diddy, he does not really care about people exposing him for that stuff. In fact, he wants it to be out. He just can't openly say it himself because he's in the hip-hop sphere. If he was in any other music genre, he would have came out himself. But nonetheless, this is not something new. Over the past decade and more, people have been saying these kinds of stuff about P. Diddy, and it doesn't really seem to faze him. So I don't think that's the case. However, there is some truth or some half-truths that people are spitting out, which is basically that Jamie Foxx does have footage on these elite Hollywood actors, rappers and singers, the parties that he always talks about that he used to throw and invite every elite celebrity. There's a reason why he goes on every big platform and doesn't forget to mention it. It's because that is his insurance. He has this over these powerful people's heads.
I feel like if it is foul play, then it's bigger than just P. Diddy, man. Let me know what you guys think is going on. The pilots were 100% racing. Just aerodynamically speaking, you know he can't fly, bro. It's like a double-neck pigeon.
We're developing, through technology, an ability for consumers to measure their own carbon footprint. What does that mean? That's where are they traveling? How are they traveling? What are they eating? What are they consuming on the platform? So, individual carbon footprint tracker.
Violence. I think that, it's more or less because...
What did he just say?
Wow. Individual carbon footprint tracker.
Now it's starting to make sense why they pushing these CBDCs so hard all over the world.
شو مش طيران؟ بدك لي عم يحو قدامي.
That shockwave traveled like 2 to 3 miles too, bro. That was semi. Unless you take a full-on bath and some mosquito repellent, it's a wrap. I feel like if you can focus your attention and practice hard enough, you could do this. So this one might be legit.
Girl, chick on wild. Oh!
Not what you want to see when you about to hop on a train, bro. You might want to catch a cab or something.
I ordered a $666 mystery box from the dark web. Let's take a look inside. 1 a wig to a gold watch. 3 a gold coin. For a creepy figure. 5 a creepy photo. 6 a micro USB. What's on this USB? Wig.
People will spend money on anything, bro. Somebody just made the easiest $600 of their life.
Look, this ref, this is the face he made because he know he made the wrong bet on FanDuel. And he know he's going to have to pay that bookie tonight.
Lake Lanier in Georgia, the government had decided they're going to flood this big canyon area in Georgia. But the big problem was there's a city there. Basically evacuated everybody out of there and flooded the thing. But you can go in that lake, and if you scuba dive, you can go swim down the streets of that town. And there's a lot of weird lore. I was working with a producer once who we were working on a bunch of episode ideas. This was one of the places the producer wanted to go. I didn't have a lot of interest because it's super duper duper dark. And some of the stories around this lake is that people camping around the lake, for instance, affects mostly where will be called to go to the lake at night. Sometimes if a parent wakes up, they find the child sleepwalking toward the lake to go into the lake.
I would probably feel way too uneasy swimming over an old flooded out town anyway. I'm good.
Hey guys, I'm from Chicago. I finally found the entrance to Old Chicago from before the Chicago fire. They hid it, bro. They call it Lower Wacker. No, they hid the entrance to watch. So you gotta start by going into Lower Wacker, and you'll find this like kind of area, right? You gotta come up here. This is where it's really scary, but you see behind me, there's a gate, okay? This is all fenced off. City property, yeah, it's, dude, it's just a dark tunnel. It just goes on. You can't get back there.
It kind of sounded like a highway underpass, but I could be wrong. Tell me what you guys think. Tell me that's not how the Grinch would look as a snake. That's amazing, but it has to be uncomfortable.
You're not gonna believe it if I tell you. I mean, no one's gonna believe the story. I'm gonna expose the realness about Obama. Do it. The first time Obama came to Hollywood, it was his biggest deal. CIA cars, the cops, everything. Woo, woo, they're going through, right? Well, the last one pulled over. Sure. It was a black SUV pulled up in the barbershop. Huge guys. Dressed in black, wow, bald with the sunglasses, with the earpiece and the microphone and everything like that, right? Sure. So I put the hot towel on, put the shaving cream on, and I began to shave his head. His eye went sideways slowly like that.
No, like what do you mean, like the iris?
You know how you blink your eye this way? Sure. It went that way, bro.
Wait, the skin did?
Yeah, that way. No, I'm saying, right? So I was like, bro, what's up with your eyes, bro? And he goes. He takes his earpiece off and he's straight faced and he goes, what do you believe in? And I go, no, don't do this to me.
Sounds a little far-fetched to me, but we have seen some crazy videos of his Secret Service, bro. Hey, that's his car now. You can have it. He really got the default Fortnite pickaxe, one glove and no mask on, bro. He destined to get caught. But with that being said, guys, that was the video. Thank you for coming to kick it with me. Let me know what you guys thought about these creepy TikToks in the comments below. And until next time, y'all take care of yourself.